You met up with Three Finger, gave her the book. You got your special rings. What else happened in that town? I think that's really about it. You talked to the blacksmith. You saw that he had a really cool trident, and I believe that's about it. You got you went to the shop. You got some. Oh no, you went to the bar. You went to the tavern, and you ended up getting some rations and having a couple drinks and whatever. And then, like you said, you're on your way back to Lake Forsona.
Yeah, and I made a little deal with her to let her know if I find anything of interest in return for her scribing the book. But I left it
Yeah.
open-ended. I don't think I specifically said I would do it exactly. I would just let me see what
Keep
I
it in mind.
find before I'll keep it in mind before I make a favor to you.
Which was a pretty cool thing and smart thing to do, maybe. Who knows? All right. So we're leaving off with you guys walking towards Lake Forsona. It's going to take you about a few hours to get there, maybe 4. Let's see. Is there anything you guys want to do before you leave the town before going to Forsona? I'm not sure if you guys wanted to do anything. I'm pretty sure you guys did everything last session, but it's been a little bit of time.
We bought the wine for
That's right.
Yes.
Cyrus,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you got the red wine for Cyrus. Was there anything else you guys did?
I mean, we stocked up on supplies and stuff.
You got
I'm trying to remember why we were going back to the lake.
It's not that you're going back to the lake. You're passing. You have to pass through it anyway.
Okay, so we're just passing the lake, but our main goal is back to Cyrus.
To my understanding, that's what you guys want to do, because you wanted to question him again.
Yeah, bring him the wine and then ask him some questions now that we have more information about how they were advanced and the constructs, more advanced stages of constructs. The story of the general that led to the downfall of the town, I believe.
Yes, because you learned that part from Three Finger that the general was the caused a lot of.
I forgot we met her.
Yeah, Three Finger. How could you forget?
It's your contact.
You made the joke on
shit. I made a joke.
Yeah, you made a you you told her point me in the right direction.
I did that totally. I didn't even mean to say that. That was an accident.
Yeah, she has her pointer finger missing and then her ring finger missing.
Oopsie.
From her left hand.
Oh, she one of them dinosaur clawed bitches.
Well, you don't know why they're missing. But yeah.
She fucked up. That's right.
All right. So you guys got everything you want on your way out. You're able to stay the night because it was nighttime when you were talking with Three Finger, or did you guys want to travel during night?
We stayed the night because we went back to an inn, and we did a lot of back and forth talking with one of my because I let them know on.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yep, I remember now. Yes, you're right. You're 100% correct. All right. So the next morning, you guys wake up to the sound of birds and the rumbling and moving of chairs down below in the tavern area. Who wakes up first?
Do I have any weird dreams?
Go ahead and roll. Let's go roll a perception check for me right now. As you're sleeping, you feel like a voice inside your head talking to you, but for whatever reason is muffled, kind of low, but also like it's underwater. You can tell something's talking to you, but you can't make it out. By the time you waken up, it's one of those dreams where it slips your mind completely as you wake up.
Okay, so it slips my mind completely, and I guess I don't have anything to worry about if I don't remember it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I wake up, if that's just a fading memory, I'll try to hold on to it, but it just kind of slips my mind. and then it just kind of bugged a little bit that like I know that I remember something, but I don't remember what I remember. And so I just shake my head and I look around. And if nobody else is up, I'll start waking up my two companions.
Oh, Oakvog, you waking up to Darren waking you up, but also to the sound of children playing outside of the tavern window. You can hear them as they're running down the alleyway.
Well, sounds like the kids are having fun today. Must be a good day out today. Oh, well, Darren, are we gonna wake up Kenneth?
That was the plan.
Can you do it? My eyes are still groggy.
I shake my head and I walk over. I'm like, Kenneth, come on, get up.
Nah.
And then as he's kind of groggy, I have the thought of like, should I inspect his toes too? Should I show him what it feels like? I look back at Oakvog. I'm like, should we fuck with his feet and his teeth just like he did to us?
I just shake my head yes.
I like get up all up in his face, and I'm not even looking for anything. I'm just kind of sticking my fingers around his mouth, like, hey man, did you try to bite me? Hey man, get up! What happened, man? You tried to bite me? I'm just messing around in his mouth.
Man, the things that I want to do right now that I'm not. Instead of doing something gay, I'm just gonna wake up. I don't even know how to wake up from that. I look at Kenneth just looks at you just deep in your eyes as you're fingering my mouth. And I just patiently wait for you to stop. No, I don't say a word, nothing. Just direct eye contact the entire time.
As you make eye contact with me, I rummage around for like another 5 seconds. I pull my fingers back in my head because you didn't bite me, and I wipe my fingers off on the bed next to you. Like, I just want to make sure you didn't bite me. Something tried to bite me last night. I had to make sure it wasn't you.
That is totally fair and reasonable, and I would expect you guys to treat me the same if something had bit me. And then I look at Oakvog, knowing that he's next tomorrow morning.
If anyone puts anything in my mouth, I'm biting. Just remember.
I look around. Is there a candle by me?
Yeah, there's a half lit or half used candle on the one of the dressers. You know how they in the old and candle holders that wrap around your finger. Yeah. It's one of those.
I'm making eye contact as I'm slowly reaching for the candle. No, I'm making eye contact with Oakvog as I'm slowly reaching for the candle, and I pick it up, and I slowly just head towards you with the candle.
What are you doing, Darren?
Nothing. I need to test something.
What are you testing?
Can you just say real quick? The candle's right in front of his face at this point. I'm I need to see if you're actually gonna bite. I need to know for science. What if? So hear me out. What if we're in a fight and I throw something to you and it gets in your mouth? Will you bite it? Can I trust you to just bite down on anything? What if it's a life or death situation?
You know what? You bring up a good case.
And I stick the candle in his mouth.
I just take a bite out of it. And spit it on the ground.
I just kind of toss the candle bite down. Oh yeah, he did it. All right, guys, let's go and get some breakfast. And I walk out. I grab my stuff and I walk out of the room like that whole thing didn't just happen.
Oakvog, as you spit out that fucking candle, you can't help but have that waxy build-up residue on your teeth now.
I look at Oakvog and I pat him on the back and I say, it's good to know we can trust you, man. I was getting scared there for a second, and then I leave and follow Darren.
I'm gonna just throw my hands up scared of what? I'm a peaceful giant.
You guys head on down. You see the barkeep is sitting there, prepping for the day. You see the waiters and waitresses pulling down the chairs from the tables from the night prior, and they all look up as each of you come down the stairs, and they tell you each good morning, ask if there's anything you might need.
Yeah, I'm just looking for some breakfast. If you have like, some eggs and sausage with the side of toast or two.
You're gonna have to go talk up to Broggy up at the table. He'll be able to get you sorted out.
I'll head in the direction they indicated to go and talk to.
Broggy looks at you. He's a half orc, and he gives you a grunt. What can I do for you?
I'm just looking for some breakfast, preferably something like, if you have like some eggs and toast and ham or sausage, just something simple.
Yeah, I can get that for you. It's gonna be 3 copper. And you see him pull out a couple different sized eggs. I got bird egg, emu egg.
Well, I'll take some emu egg.
That's gonna be extra. Okay. You see him bust out a big ass fucking cast iron skillet, throws it on the little the fireplace, cracks open this fucking huge emu egg one handed, pours it in the skillet, and he looks at you. He's like, "I only do scrambled," and then he grabs his finger and he starts swirling it up.
I see that, and I just kind of, I shudder a little bit. I'm like,
See if he notices you do that. I'm gonna roll it under Oakvog. He doesn't notice it. He swirls up scrambles the egg with his finger. As that starts to cook, you see him pop in a few pieces of bread into a metal contraption, and he touches the side of it, and you start seeing these runes glow on this metal contraption. And then he pours you a little bit of water as you wait for the food to cook.
I nod and take the water.
He looks at Kenneth and Oakvog, and he says, "What can I get for you?"
Yeah, can I just get do you have oatmeal?
We have grits.
Alright, that'll do. I'll do that, and then 1 raw bird egg, please, uncracked.
You see him raise an eyebrow, and do you want that hard-boiled?
Raw.
Interesting folk. Yeah, I could do that. That'll be two copper for that.
I give him 2 copper, I think. Do I have copper? I don't think I technically have copper. I pat Oakvog on the arm, and I'm like, "You got this one, right?"
No, when you say that, I look back. Well, no, Oakvog's good. Remember, he had that stuff in the room that he ate. He shouldn't be hungry, right? You're good, Oakvog.
I mean, he should be full as a motherfucker, but if he could pay for me though, that'd be sweet.
Oh, okay.
Why am I paying for you if I'm not giving
I'm just
you
asking.
anything, huh?
No. I mean, you can get whatever you want. He was just saying that you're probably full. I think I mean, you can eat if you. I don't care. What do I look like? I'm just asking if you can pay for me. I don't have copper.
I don't either. I'll throw down 1 gold piece. Be like, hey, here you go.
This guy.
You know, food for a few people. Have fun.
Oh, mighty generous. You hear a ding, and he turns around and he opens that metal contraption and pulls out the pieces of toast, as well as some sausage, and then he skillfully flips the fucking big ass skillet, the cast iron skillet, and folds the fucking the scrambled eggs into part of an omelet. Hands it to you. Keep in mind, an emu egg is really big, so it's enough to fill like 3 people. He looks at you, Kenneth, and says, "Oh, that's right. You wanted grits." And you see him reach down, grabs a container full of it, pours it into a cup. You see him create water out of nothing, which fills into the cup. He throws that into the metal contraption and touches the side, and again you see runes start to glow on it. And he looks at you, Oakvok, and you. What would you like?
I'll take 2 of those emu omelets you got there, sir.
I only do scrambled.
That's fine.
You see him bust out the fucking skillet. He cleans it up real quick. Cracks 2 emu eggs, 1 in each hand. And then just like before, he uses his finger and scrambles it all up real quick.
I'm a compliment him. It's like, that's some nice technique on your egg whipping skills there, buddy.
Nice of you to say. It takes a long time to get the finger to be able to withstand the heat necessary for this. And then the strength required. It's not easy, but you just made my day. Here, this one's on the house. And then you see him again skillfully flips the huge omelet-like style scrambled egg, catches it on a big tray because it's a lot of food. Hands it to you, and he gives you a cup of mead to go with it.
You're so kind. Thank you very much.
You hear a ding go off, and he's like, "Oh, the grits." He reaches inside. He pulls out the cup. He looks at you and he says, "It's going to be very hot." And he hands it to you, Kenneth.
And say thank you. And that he's forgetting my egg. My one raw bird egg.
Ah, yes, my bad. And he reaches down and he pulls out an egg, a light brown egg, and he's like, "My apologies." You see him give you a nod, and he steps back a couple steps, leans against the table, like the bar table on his backside, and he watches you intently to see what you do.
I lean my head back and I crack open the egg into my mouth and swallow it whole. No flinching, no emotion on my face whatsoever, and then I continue to dig into my grits.
You see him looking at you a little puzzled. You're like, "Well, that's one way to eat an egg, I suppose."
It's the only way to eat an egg. That's
You
how
don't
my
say.
mama taught me.
You see him reach in, grabs an egg himself, tilts his head back, and eats it just like you did.
I watch him intently.
He makes a little bit of a face, like puzzled and like not sure how he feels, and then he looks at you like, "Huh. A definitely faster way of eating, but I don't think that's for me."
Respect. And then I turn my head back and I cough a little bit, as if I didn't actually enjoy it at all.
He looks at you like, "Yeah," and he hands you some water. He says, "Is there anything else I can get you guys, or would that be all?"
I'm good as well.
I'm more than good. Thank you again.
Glad I could be of service. And you see him look over at one of the ladies, one of the waitresses. He says, "Julie, next 8 drinks are on the house. Thanks to this gentleman over here with the giant omelet." And you see her look at you, and she gives like a couple claps. And you see her walk over to the board and writes on the board, "Next 8 drinks on the house. Thanks to that gold coin you donated."
Hell, then I'm gonna just look all bashful, just like,
So how long do you guys spend here?
I'd say like 30 minutes.
yeah. I'll scarf down that omelet with a slight waxy taste.
I'll scarf down as much as I can, but I can't finish it. At some point, I'll like turn to Oakfog and be like, "Oh man, did you see that?" And then when Oakfog turns to look, I'm just gonna slide what I couldn't finish on my plate off my plate onto his.
Give me a sleight of hand check, and then Oakvog, make a perception check for me, please. You notice Darren slides a good portion of his omelet onto your plate.
I pat him on the back. Too much for you to handle, little man?
No, it looked like you were really hungry, so I wanted to give you a gift.
I mean, you did kind of force feed me a candle, so thank you. This
didn't
kind of
force-
makes up for it. I don't know, you were kind of pressuring me, man.
Hey, if you asked me to do something to see if you could trust me, I would do it.
Okay, fine. Ask Kenneth why the fuck he ate a raw egg. That shit kind of weird.
Fuck.
I turned to Kevin. Well, hey man, so was that really like how your mama taught you how to eat eggs?
Nah, I just thought it was cool. I thought it'd impress you guys.
Ah, okay. Hey, look, that's what it was.
Thanks.
I mean, it was really cool. I thought it was super cool.
Thanks, man.
Like
I
the way you
appreciate
just
that.
kind of like made it look like you almost enjoyed the texture of what I can only imagine swallowing a raw egg looks like.
Uh-huh.
Really
you should,
impressive.
You should try it. I'll get you one.
I'm actually like all the way good.
Oh,
Really.
okay.
Honestly, I think you're like you're the cool one, so I'll let you do that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't.
No, that's fair.
I'm
Well,
gonna
since
just
I'm the
squint
cool
at
one, I'll
both.
let you guys walk in my shadow, and then I proceed to leave, and begin to make my way towards Cyrus's house. I
As you're
did think that
walking
was cool.
away, as you're walking away, I'm gonna like use my talk to you inside your head, like, hey man, he didn't finish eating yet. That was cool, but like, you got to give us a little bit more time. Try it again in like 5 minutes when he's done eating.
As I see them get up, I just start shoveling shit in my mouth and trying to finish my mead.
I'm knowing with that being put in my head, I don't stop walking.
Right.
Because that'd be the cool guy thing to do, I'd assume.
Yeah. You don't never turn around for explosions type guy, you know.
Exactly.
You're able to have a successful meal. You end up walking out of the tavern and fully rested. Any last minute things?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I am good as well.
You guys notice that it's a very, not hot by any means, but nice breezy summer morning. It feels quite nice, quite relaxing, very easy to travel. As you're about halfway back to the Oak Fog, make a perception check for me, please. And then can I have you roll 1d4? As you guys are walking back towards Lake Versona, when you get halfway to the halfway point, Oak Fog, you notice a not quite a screech, but a cry coming from a bird. You can't quite make out where it's coming from, but you hear a distressed squawk.
Well, I'm gonna turn my head around, just like, where did that come from? And ask, hey, Darren, Kenneth, did you guys hear the bird squeaking just now? Sounded like it was in trouble.
You're afraid of a bird being in trouble?
Well, maybe there's something going on. Maybe we can help someone. I don't know.
Ooh, the bird?
Maybe the bird's with someone.
I didn't hear nothing, but I mean, if you're concerned about we can go check on it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, we can go check.
We got some time, I guess.
I mean, shoot.
As you guys go to look around for the cries or the distress, squawking, ahead you see Al break over the tree line. You see an owl coming your way.
Do I recognize this owl?
You notice that it is a white and gray owl, very similar to an owl you've previously been hanging out with.
Oh shit, is that Cordell?
As you notice the owl, it looks at you again and squawks, not a normal squawk that you are used to hearing. You've been with Cordell enough to know a happy squawk or satisfied or just enjoyment. This one, Cordell sounds very distressed.
That's not good. I start walking towards Cordell.
As you start getting closer to Cordell, you see him as he's flying towards you start to drop height, flap his wings to get higher up again, just to keep steady, but he's not able to keep a direct, a consistent flight path.
Shit, I'm gonna try to catch him so he don't fall on the ground.
You go to reach out for Cordell, and where he would normally just peacefully and gracefully land on your arm, your forearm, he tries to land but kind of tumbles into your chest.
I'm gonna look him over, see if he's hurt.
You're able to look without any rolls or anything. You see that there is a bloody handprint on Cordell. You give Cordell a look over, but he's not injured himself. He looks up at you all tired and squawks, and kind of like pecking at you.
Well, that's concerning. I turned to the guys. It's like, hey, y'all, I think we should hurry back to the lake camp because Cordell has a bloody handprint on him, and that doesn't seem good. I fear for our buddies.
You see Cordell squawking again and again, nipping at you, which he never does. He keeps looking back towards the direction he came.
And I think we should make it fast.
Let's scurry on then.
So, if you guys hurry on, you'll be able to make the second half of that distance in really quick time. But you will not be able to like scavenge or look for anything. I'm sorry, you're really quiet. One more time.
So this point we're just kind of scurrying on.
You guys are able to make it what would normally been a 2-hour distance. You're able to get there in under an hour, and we'll say 45 minutes ish, because you had a pretty quick pace. As soon as you break over the hill line, and you could make sight of Lake Forsona, you see Cordell squawk and take off out of your arms, flapping to get back to Lake Forsona.
Oh, I'm gonna follow him as closely as I can.
As you clear the hill and get closer to the lake where the camp was set up, you see a lot of blood around the campsite. Same with Kenneth and Darren. Oakfog makes it there first, but as you come running up behind him, you all notice that there is a lot of blood encasing the camp area where Sir Bellamy and Giles were.
I'm gonna start looking around for bodies.
Make an investigation check, and then you guys can make some as well if you want.
I got 18.
And then Darren, what was your roll? 7.
Ooh.
Okay. Oakvok, you're looking for bodies. Darren, what were you looking for? In general, or I'm sorry, nothing specific, or something like very specific? Do you guys hear Michael?
Nope.
I got a 7. I don't imagine I saw too much
But-
with my 7.
Are you looking for anything in particular? Like Oakvok specifically looking for bodies. Are you just trying to do like a vague like what's going on, or are you looking for something very specific?
I guess I'm just looking around the entire area, just seeing if anything catches my eye.
And then Kenneth, same with you.
I'll also just help look for bodies.
Oakvog and Kenneth, you guys look around like in the tents. You're looking around in bushes. You don't see any bodies at all. However, you do see bloody footprints leading back towards around the campsite area. You see a lot of pools of blood dropping, like drops, all following the footprints. Darren, with that, you don't see any bodies either. You look in the tents, you don't see anything. You see that there is a slash in the tent. Other than that, you don't see anything there. Oakvog, with that, you do notice that you see the owl to the other end of the lake, circling towards the cabin of Cyrus, and you see a glint in the tree line area, like a shiny glint of reflection.
Well, I'm gonna start heading towards the reflection. And
Cordell's flying a little bit higher up. He got a good amount of rest while you carrying him. He's able to keep a steady flight now. He goes up over the lake, and you see him land right where you saw that reflection hitting you. You are following the outside of the perimeter of the lake. How far behind Oakvog is Kenneth and...
I'm just keeping up with him.
I'll just be right behind him.
As you get closer to that location where you saw that sparkle and that reflection, the reflecting light, you see a ghastly sight. Familiar armor encompassing a man hunched underneath a tree.
Well, I'm gonna go up and see how bad it is.
As you get closer, you see your mentor and master, Sir Bellamy, hunched over against this tree, using it to prop up, and color of his skin flushed, his lips blue, but strangely, he doesn't look like, you can tell he took a lot of damage, but he doesn't look to be in pain. You see it kind of has a peaceful look on his face, but you notice that he's clutching.
I'm gonna reach down and see what he's.
As you look down at Sir Bellamy, you see that he's holding a crystal outside a game. You guys know that in this steampunk era, there are like recording devices that could be stored in crystals. So essentially, it's like a tape recorder.
Okay.
That's essentially what you're gonna find. You see that he's carrying a crystal in his hand.
Do we have to find like a certain device to play it?
You know that without any roll necessary, you know that Sir Bellamy liked to keep like a diary of sorts, but he uses the crystal to refresh his memory or record his daily thoughts. So it's not unusual for you to see him holding this, and you would know how to activate it and use it.
I'm gonna play what he has recorded. This is gonna break my heart.
While I see this all going on, is he dead, or because I know, like you said, that he looked like he took a lot of damage. Does he look?
He is gone.
Can I roll some sort of check to see if he's too far gone for spare the dying?
I wouldn't even have you waste a check on that. You can tell he's been. How long is spare the dying? Like, how long do you have?
Just a creature within range that has 0 hit points and isn't dead, the creature becomes stable. So I'm assuming it's like
Like if this was recent.
Death saving throws.
Yeah, no. He's been gone for a while. Like, he is cold to the touch. His lips are blue. He's
Are
gone.
his eyes still open?
No. They're closed, and he has a peaceful look on his face. Oakvog, you reach down. You're able to grab the crystal out of Bellamy's hands. Before you hit play, what's going through your mind?
I am overcome with sadness that my beloved mentor is gone, and also pangs of guilt that I wasn't here to help him in his last moments.
You see Cordell like snuggle up in his lap, and you hit play. And as you hit play, Oakvog, it seems Tamora has abandoned me today. That meant Cyrus. He took Giles. There was something unusual about him. Something unnatural. If only I was a decade younger, I could have protected Giles better. That blasted oaf did a ringer on me, he did. He looked to be headed back towards his place, Oakvog. He may have defeated this old man, but I was able to give him a fatal wound as well. Damn near cut him in two. Please, Oakvog, find and save Giles and finish out my duty in protecting him while he continues his silly quest for this forgotten town. I never noticed it, but Lake Forsona is quite something. It reminds me of when you were a kid. You used to be one stinky kid, you know that? You would refuse to take baths, so I would have to take you down to the river and tell you that the soap was a way to help you hold your breath longer. And you were just dumb enough to believe me. But after a while, you became quite good at holding your breath, and it made me think maybe there was some truth to it after all. You were one handful of a kid, but those were some of the best moments of my life, my boy. I hope you are able to one day experience the pride you bestowed upon me. This air breeze feels nice. I think I'm going to take a seat here for a moment to catch my breath and rest these heavy eyes. End of the recording.
Fog's just gonna silently cry for a minute. I'm gonna check with these two. Be like, is it okay if we give him some final resting rates before we head on?
I look at Ogfog, and I have a very pained expression.
As long as we come back, it's the least we can do for him.
And I'll
I'm sorry, go for it.
Go ahead,
after
Lucky.
that, I'll take off towards Sir Giles' house. Not Sir Giles' house, Cyrus's house.
As a man who hunts and searches down religious artifacts, healing methods, does anything go through your mind this was going on? Or is this something that you would think you would have left Ogvok to listen to on his own?
I think I probably would have given him some space to listen while I just sort of inspected the area around.
While just looking around while he's listening to this recording, you can see that there was a lot of blood spilt, but it looks like it was from two different people. Obviously, you have Sir Bellamy in front of you, but you do see a lot of pooling blood being dropped, going towards the direction of Cyrus's house.
I guess it's fair for me to assume that it was Giles without having listened to the thing. So I think if Oakfog's not too far, I think I just go and I sort of pat him on the back, and then I just quickly sort of start to follow Darren.
You have I can't think of his name right now. The damn owl, Cordell. Cordell's going to stay next to his master for a little while longer as you guys take off towards Cyrus's cabin. As you guys are heading to Cyrus's cabin, you know it's going to take another normally 2 hours to get to him. Depending on your speed, that could be faster. Go ahead and one of you, or I would say Oakvog, since you're the one that listened intently on this, go ahead and make a medicine check for me, please.
Nat 20 plus 2, so 22.
You're noticing that the blood that you guys are following back to Cyrus's is a lot of blood. Just like your master told you before, he dealt a fatal wound to Cyrus. This blood would support that the damage done to Cyrus would have been immense. It looks to be of one person walking, not two. You can see like the markings of the feet, like how far the footprints are apart. It's not a very fast pace, kind of stumbling. As you continue on the path, the blood is still dropping, but the feet are getting, like the steps are a little more steadier as you're getting closer to Cyrus's. And that's with a nat 20.
Hoping we get there quick. I'm gonna pass along that
Mention
information though, that the footsteps are getting at a more even pace the closer we get to his house.
When he tells me that, have everybody hold up real quick. I'm like, I don't know how this will work. If he's as dangerous as your master said, we could always just sell him out the Three Fingers. I'm pretty sure I have a connection. I can make that connection. Tell her everything we knew that I didn't tell her the first time. Or do we try and talk to this man first and see what happened?
That is a good question.
I personally do not want to wait for Three Fingers to get here, so I'd rather ask him sooner rather than later.
I mean, I wasn't going to sit here and wait. I was just going to try and reach out to her, let her know, and then keep going. And maybe she has a faster way to get there and can be there before we get there, who knows? Or do we try and...
Might not be a bad idea to try and contact her, to be honest.
Do what you will.
I'm going to sit and think on it first. I fear that if we contact her without having to owe her a favor, he's readily shouting that we should. I'll sit on it, but I'll be ready to hopefully reach out at any moment. But one way or another, answers will be made. And I'll start off again.
Travel a good 15, 20 more minutes, and you could see the cabin in the distance.
As we get closer to the cabin, I'll send a mental message to both Kenneth and Oakwad, and I'll say, be ready to attack. I'll pull the wine out as we get closer, so I'm holding the bottle of wine, and I plaster a smile to my face.
So you have the wine pulled out. You have a fake smile on your face. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I plaster a smile to my face. I'm assuming with my 18 charisma, it's a pretty.
It's a pretty like convincing.
Yes, convincing smile.
Okay. What do you do?
As I get up to the door, I yell for Cyrus. I'm like, hey, Cyrus, you here? I got that bottle of wine for you. But I don't enter into his property. I'm standing at the edge of his property line.
You don't get a reply back. Oakbog and Kenneth, what are you two doing as Darren is calling out for Cyrus?
Probably just following close to him, but kind of keeping my eye out around the property, just to see if if he were to try and leave through the side or something, or anywhere that I could see.
Sure. So you're keeping an eye out of the
Yeah.
vicinity of his building. Okay. And Oakwalk, what about you?
I'm gonna be standing pretty close to Darren at the ready to jump in front of him in case something swings out at him out of nowhere.
Yep. I'm going to continue on with that nat 20 investigation. I'm gonna be a medicine check because it was a nat 20. I'm gonna even allow you to cash in on it now. You follow that blood trail. You see that it went to the door, and you see another one exiting the door, going around the house towards the grove area.
I'm gonna point that out to both of them that if you look over there, there's some more blood. Should we follow it?
I was gonna say, I look at Darren.
I'll look around. How far is the entirety of his house within 60 feet of me?
Is a great question. I'm pulling up Tailspire, and then I'm going to get a map. I don't know how big his fucking house is right now, so I'll give you an answer in just a moment. Now I need to know where you would like to be standing. Are you at his door, or you're just at the property line area?
Right now, I'm still at the property line area, and I want to know how much I can explore with 60. I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and do some shenanigans with them. I just want to know exactly how much movement I need to move to fully decide my next path.
So, and it's 60 feet, so that's 20 tiles worth. You can get just if you're at the property line, you can get just to the entrance of the dining room where you guys were at the other day, where Sir Bellamy was playing on the piano and you guys were sitting at the table. Just to the entrance of that, it can get you all the way to the.
I'm going to cast Unseen Servant, and when it pops into life in front of me, I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to say, search every place you can access without leaving my area. Come back. If you're not back within 5 minutes, I'm going in after you, prepared for a fight. But try to be back within 5 minutes. Even if you don't search everything, I want you to go and search as much as you can for 5 minutes. If you see anything, any papers, any books, anything with blood on it that you can carry, bring it back to me. I'll be back in 5 minutes. And that's when I'm going to have my unseen. And then the first minute of that, I'm going to use my right to get my spell slot back. Yeah, that's what I'm having him do for 5 minutes while I do that, and then I'm going to try and talk to him, try and get as much information. If he even looks like he's thinking about jumping on it, no regret, no remorse, no hesitation, we kill him. And if I feel like I have the time, I'll reach out to Three Fingers, but that's on the edge of my mind of things. The main thing that I want to try and do when we first meet him is I'm going to try and talk to him. We're going to pretend like we don't know what happened. It may be hard, but we're going to pretend like we have no idea what's actually.
That sounds good to me.
Said, and even the slight anger looked like we don't have the ability to try and give him a chance.
Sounds good to me.
So you spend 5 minutes letting your servant look for things, objects that they can carry that have been touched with. After 5 minutes,
Papers, or like any papers too. Like if it any papers, I just whatever he can grab really.
Your unseen servant is able to come back. He was not able to retrieve anything that had blood on them. He was able to retrieve like loose paper scattered around. They don't have any blood on them, but once you look at them, you see that they're like musical sheets with music on them, and like your generic junk mail type stuff.
I just tuck those away. Like I just quick skim. They don't look important. I just tuck them away in my bag. I'll deal with them later. Maybe they'll give us more information later. But right now, with a quick scan, they don't look of importance. So that's 60 feet of what he checked out. He came back, so he wasn't attacked while searching. Now, do we go into the house or do we just follow the blood?
Well, it looks like the blood goes into the house, no? Was that split off into two directions, or am I tripping?
It goes into the house, then it exits again and goes off towards the grove.
I say we just head straight back. Go where the blood goes.
I feel like we have a higher chance of finding him at the end of the trail, not in the middle.
I'll lead the way. Follow the blood.
As you get too far. As you get right here, you guys can hear talking straight ahead. And because you are right there and you can see through the grove, you can see standing, or not even standing, he's kneeling in front of two headstones. At that distance, you can't make out what is being said, but you see that he's alone.
I'll shoot a mental message to my two companions so he's alone. So, sir, it doesn't look like Giles is with him. Do we try and find Giles in the house?
Maybe you two can go in there and then I'll split off into the house. Unless we all want to stick together.
So, the best course of actions. We all go and try and find Giles, or we...
Oh, I didn't see more than one like blood trail here, so I don't think he would have hurt Giles too much, if anything, especially since he took him with him.
And I'm still holding the bottle of wine, and I'm like inching, and I'm like walking forward. And when I can make out the words that are being said, I'm gonna stop for a minute, hear what he's saying, and then go from there with what I'm about to do.
From here, you can hear everything around you. The nature is bustling. You can hear the wind going through the corn stalks behind you. You can hear birds flying ahead, the rustling of leaves, the buzzing of certain insects around you. But as you get closer towards the cherry blossom trees, you can hear Cyrus, and you hear him a little exhausted, but you hear him to the graves, like the headstones. My love, even losing all this blood and dripping, after all this time, I'm still not ready to forgive them. I miss you and Rory dearly. I don't know if I can ever forgive them. You see him reach into his pocket, and he pulls out two little things. From this distance, you can't quite make out what it is, but you see him place something on the top of You see him get up from the kneeling position, holding his stomach, and then he reaches into his pocket and pulls out something and puts on each stone. And then he goes back to the kneeling position. I know these are your favorite, and I wish I could be with you in person. But hopefully this makes up for me not being with you.
I'll walk up to the edge of the trees, and I'll call out like, are you okay, sir?
You're calling out from your side of the trees or inside the trees?
My side of the trees.
From your side of the trees, you don't hear and you don't see him respond. You still hear him talking to the headstones.
Because I still have the unseen servant, after I call out and I don't hear him respond, go and tap on his shoulders. Stay behind him. If you see spells being cast, I want you to grab whatever he placed on those and try to get back to me. But only if you see spells being cast at him. And then I stand there with my smile on my face holding the red wine, and let the unseen servant go and try to tap on his shoulder. And then I imagine, like in like shows where people like are standing behind somebody and they like follow them to try and stay behind him, I imagine the unseen servant trying to do that. I know it's an unseen servant, so it's kind of hard to see, but I just want to make sure.
The unseen servant, and this isn't like anything where you can see through it or hear through it, correct? It's its own entity.
This spell creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that performs a simple command. See, I know I can't. There's other spells out there I cast on it, but yeah, no. As far as that spell itself, I can't do anything to hear through it.
Okay.
It's just its own thing.
Okay, so it can do basic commands, like you said. It taps Cyrus on the shoulder, and then moves behind the tombstones. And as Cyrus is tapped, you hear him. It seems as if we have some visitors. And you see him slowly stand up, and he turns at each of you. And as he turns and looks at you, you can see he's holding his entrails in his one arm, trying to hold his stomach together.
Cyrus,
he looks at you and he says,
I nod and and I'm just like slowly getting closer to him.
As soon as you enter this vicinity, this area, all of that nature noise that was just loud and bustling before, the sound of the corn swaying in the wind, the rustling of leaves and branches in the trees, the bugs, dead silent. And all you hear is what's now in your vicinity. You hear the heavy breaths of Cyrus and what's going on in here specifically. You could see outside, like you could see the chickens, the cows on the left side over the hedges, but you can't hear them. You see them perfectly walking around, but no sound coming out whatsoever. Cyrus looks at you all, and you got here much quicker than I anticipated.
Well, yeah, we got the red wine, but it looks like we have some more pressing matters. What happened? What can we do to help? Is everything okay? Were you attacked?
Something like that.
Well, what happened?
He looks at each of you, and you notice that he does not have his weapons with him. It's just him and his armor, but not anything too crazy. You see him in his boots, his greaves. You see that he has a bow on his back, but he does not have his sword that you saw that was in the house the last time, his great sword. You see him look at each of you. An unfortunate turn of events has happened, and as you can see, I have suffered a slight wound.
Well, it looks more than slight. So I would love to share this wine with you. Please explain, so we know what we need to do to help you. And then we can sit down and share a glass of this wine that I brought back for you. And as I was speaking, my voice gets a little bit colder, but I'm like, so I can share this wine I brought back for you as a friend. So please, you speak.
Either make a persuasion or deception, whatever you prefer.
I'm gonna roll a deception. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. It stopped on 18 and it popped over to a 2. That's goddamn 8. Fuck.
I knew that shit was gonna roll bad too.
Every time it's important. It always goes bad for Mikey.
He looks at you and he's like, well, as you can see, this isn't the best time to having a bit of wine. So I think I'll pass.
It could be a very good time. He'd at least tell us what happened. And as and then I'm gonna cast anything. I'm just like, it's still a good time for you to tell us what happened. I heard you mention something about not being ready to forgive. Forgive who? Forgive for what?
He looks at you. He looks at Kenneth. And then he looks back at Oakfog. You wouldn't understand. And that's okay.
I've been through my fair share of troubles. Maybe I'll understand more than you know. All you have to do is talk to us. That's all you have to do right now.
I rolled for him. You guys could see the roll. He looks at you and he kind of laughs. He says, not quite in the mood to talk right now. I'm in the middle of something with my family, can't you see?
I do see that. I also see that grievous wound that you were given. And if I'm not mistaken, you received it attacking somebody we know. As much as I don't want to, Cyrus, I have an idea of who you are. You said you were in the military. That same town that everybody keeps telling us is fake and made up and nothing but magic and myth and wonder. Was led by a general that led it to destruction. Was that you? Were you the pale sun that rose over the hilltop that led that town to its end? Did you happen to lose your family in that process?
Go ahead and make a performance check. Not performance, I'm sorry, a persuasion with advantage. And while that's going on, Oakfog, what's going through your mind as Cyrus playing coy?
Oakfog is getting angry, especially at the mention of he's dealing with his family right now, and all he's thinking is like, what about my family? Bellamy was like a father to me. I'm just trying not to let it show too much on my face, but it's there. You can see the anger in my eyes.
Kenneth, can you give me a insight check, please?
Absolutely. Insight. That would be 15.
You could see Oakfog's internal struggle to keep calm. You could see his eyes. This is normally a gentle giant, so to speak. Joking, making light-hearted jokes at both of your expenses, biting a candle just for the hell of it kind of joke. You could see him trembling with anger, and you could see that stern look on his eyes. Darren, what did you end up rolling?
On my high roll, it was a high of 13.
You see Cyrus look at you and he chuckles. Seems as if you've uncovered a little more than fairy tales, have you?
I originally came here to have a peaceful talk with you and figure that out. I don't want to judge anything at face value. The last time I did that, I watched my family get tortured because we're closer to the gods. I trusted people, took what they said at face value. I've learned to not to do that. But at this point, it seems like you want me to try and take this at face value and lay the deaths of your entire town down at your feet before I kill you. I don't want to do that. And after I say I don't want to do that, I'm going to use my my class feature to speak in his mind and just try eye contact, speak with his mind. I also don't want to dig around your mind, because that's rude. But I want to have a conversation with you before this leads to any more violence and any more bloodshed. So please talk to us.
As you probe his mind and say that into his head, he speaks out loud, chuckling. You killed me. Oh, that would be entertaining. To lose to some greenhorns like you. You don't even know what you got yourself into, do you? It is a shame. I can't let that go. And as he stands fully upright, you start to see this entire time you weren't quite noticing it, but his entrails are slowly going back into his stomach. And at this point, you start noticing that big gash that would normally have killed someone is slowly healing and stitching itself back together. He looks you dead in the eyes. You kill me. That is rich. 16 tiles is... My math was way off, by the way. So 10 tiles is 50. So it should only be 12 tiles for 60 feet. It was cool. We could just retcon that. Like, you can have your... I like that idea. You can have your unseen servant out to him if you need it.
As he stands up, and I can tell that we're preparing for a fight, I am actually going to ready Tasha's hideous laughter. So when he hits 30 feet within me, I'm casting that spell. And I stand and I tuck the bottle of wine. It's a shame then. Didn't need any more violence. I get you're a great general and a great warrior. You scoff at the idea of being killed by anybody other than those who you deem.
As you say that, he looks at you and he's like, you truly know nothing about me. I didn't ask for this violence. I didn't ask to fight anyone. I went about this peacefully. You're looking at me as if I'm what? A monster, a danger? Perhaps the term villain applies, as you define it. But my story is unknown to you.
Your unwillingness to share it doesn't shed much light on it. As of right now, I see you as the man, from what I glimpsed from the stories, is that interesting tattoo on your back of the pale sun rising that was described as the downfall of the town. I see you as a man who was grievously injured, our friend's tutor, for reasons unknown because you didn't want to talk to us and your unwillingness to talk to us. See you as the man that attacked them and got a grievous wound simply from them defending ourselves, and now our other friends, whatever he was to him. We were told you took him. Haven't found him yet. And now we see you here telling your wife and what I assume your child that you're not ready to forgive anybody. That sounds like a man filled with hatred. That sounds like a man unwilling to try and work past what he'd been through. You could talk to us. You say you don't want violence. Then don't make this lead to violence. Talk to us. Nobody has to get any closer. Nobody has to do anything. You simply have to tell us your side of the story. And then we can go from there with this day. But instead, you stand up with the look of a man unwilling to talk about his path and only willing to fight for it. Claim to not be about violence. Prove it.
You are so and wet behind the ears. Just because I wish for non-violence doesn't mean I won't dish it out. You're within my grove. You're in my property. I don't need to talk to anybody. That old man he's fine. Most likely. Hurt a hair on his head. All I ask is for him to stop his search into Withermore. But that big oaf of his didn't like my tone when I told him stop looking into things. You can see, unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. Not what I wanted. It was for a just purpose. Purpose you could not bother to understand or comprehend, a purpose that causes inner turmoil within myself with each step I have taken down back home. I did not ask for this power. Like you, my goal was always to be a hero, to protect and to serve my people. Even with all of my accomplishments and heroic deeds, a man forced to crush the ambitions of those who continue to fly too close to the sun. And with that, I need you to roll an initiative.
I got a 16.
I accidentally rolled with advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to repeat all this in just a moment.
Repeat, you say?
Yes. You said 11 for Darren?
Darren.
Okay.
16.
62. I got a 4.
With that, we're going to start off at the top of the initiative. You're going to see Cyrus whistle really loud and walk over. The axe that's on this tree stump, he's going to look back at you over his shoulder, Darren, and he's going to tell you, this axe should be more than enough to handle newbies as yourself. And he's going to turn back to you. He's going to look behind him at his, the tombstones, and he like, I might need a little more room, and walk another. And he looks at you and he says, now come.
I believe that second set of 10 feet would trigger. I don't know if it would still trigger the like ready to action I did for Tasha's hideous laughter or not.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Because so he has to do a wisdom saving throw.
He got a
14 is the save.
He is going to use Indomitable and roll one more time. As you cast that, it hits him and he kind of chuckles a little uncontrollably, and then takes a deep breath and he settles back down. He looks at you and he kind of laughs. As I said, line up. Take your best shot.
Would that be about... How far away is he from me?
You can get... your movement's what, 30 feet? 35? You can make it to him.
Hey, I'm gonna walk up to him. Fucking hit this bitch. Does a 19. Yippee doo dah. That I'm going to use a divine smite.
Alright, you divine smite him, and as you... What weapon? A greatsword?
Longsword.
Longsword. As you cut into him, he looks at you. The other man was much stronger than you are. You saw what's happened to him. You really want to be next.
I'll finish what he started. How dare you take him from me? No, that's my turn at the moment.
Darren, you are up.
I'll walk within 10 feet of him, so like off at an angle behind him. And I am going to use my species feature. It doesn't require an action. Once per long rest, I can transform, and I'm going to transform to a necrotic shroud. And any creatures other than my allies within 10 feet must succeed on a charisma saving throw, or have the frightened condition until the end of my next turn. Save DC 14.
And what kind of save is this?
Charisma.
So I gotta make that roll?
No, you're my ally.
And he fails it.
So he has the frightened condition until the end of my next turn. So when I do that, I step up behind Ogvog, looking at Silas, and I say, if you keep this up, I'm compelled to make your suffering the centerpiece of my plans. You talk all this big game. Let's see how you scream. And then when I do that, like black tendrils shoot off of me and I'm like covered in darkness. And then he's frightened. And then I am going to use my main action now.
And I'm sorry, what spell is this again?
It is my species feature.
No, that you caused him to be frightened with?
The species feature. It's a necrotic... let me see what it's technically called. It is... Celestial Revelations. Once per long rest, I can transform using one of the options below. Choose the option each time I transform.
Gotcha.
The transformation lasts for a minute until I end it. It doesn't say it requires an action. I don't know, because it says no action required, but I don't know if that's specifically for ending it or... Oh, it's right here, as a bonus action. So it was my bonus action to transform. Then... I'm trying to figure out which spell to cast. I guess from there, I'll cast Hex on him. Nope, Hex is a bonus action. Now here's a question. So Phantasmal Force. I attempt to create an illusion in the mind of a creature I can see within range. Do I have to know what it is, or since it's in his mind, could I say make an illusion of like his dead wife? since he knows what she looks like, or would I have to?
Which one is this again? Phantasmal Force? It says that you create it, so I would assume that you would need to know what it is. Go ahead and make a history check for me.
16.
With the 16, you can vaguely remember the paintings in his house. One of them was older woman. Another one was a younger child.
All right. I'm trying to think. How smart do I think this dude is? Do I think he has a high possibility of passing an 14 intelligence? I'm gonna try and do it. I'm gonna try and cast Phantasmal Force on him. So he has to make an intelligence saving throw. And I don't know exactly what Frightened does. I don't know if that affects saving throws or not.
Frightened is going to ability checks. And what does he have to clear?
14.
He's going to use Indomitable Spirit again. Or an Indomitable. And he got a 15 and a 13, but he gets plus 2. 17 and 15. So 15 would be the lower one.
Well, that's the end of my turn.
After that is going to be
me. Okay. So because I've never played D&D before, obviously, if I cast a spell, am I able to still cast like a cantrip as well, or is that not how that works? Can I only do like one per turn?
one has to be a bonus action, and one has to be a normal action. And I believe one of them can't be damaging. Can't quite remember that one.
It's
From
not.
what I remember, it's a spell and a cantrip. It's just one has to be action and bonus action. So you
Gotcha,
can
okay.
cast a spell and a cantrip.
Okay, so
As long as one is a bonus action.
it's not listed under my bonus actions, the one I want to do though.
Which
But
one?
it doesn't do damage. Thaumaturgy? That's how it's pronounced?
Yeah, thaumaturgy. It's a full action for that one.
Okay.
So you can do that and then cast another spell, but the other one would need to be a bonus action.
Damn, I only have like one thing listed under my bonus action. Oh, shit. Oh, you know what? Man, actually. Rig, dude. Okay, alright, so... Alright, now here's another question then. If I did cast that, and I did Phantom Sound, and, so you create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice, within range, such as a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers, right?
Mhm.
If I
And
had...
What is this?
It is under the thaumaturgy, and then it's the phantom sound one.
Gotcha. Okay.
If those ominous whispers, would I be able to make that the voice of his wife without
allow it.
having heard? What would you allow? Okay.
You can make an attempt. Oh, no, it was behind close. No, you heard the voice from Vanel.
Okay. So I have that then.
Yes.
All right. And it doesn't say I have to roll for anything, and it doesn't say there's anything he has to roll for either. So does that just happen? And
Yep.
I'm good. Okay. So in that case, then, is he within 30 feet of me? Maybe I move.
Yeah.
this
No.
way a
Yeah.
little bit.
He's
Okay.
definitely within 30 feet.
All right. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to cast that, and yeah, just have it be the voice of his wife saying, "Cyrus, don't. Cyrus, stop." And just sort of have her say shit to kind of convince him to maybe like chill out a little bit. And then that is kind of all I can do with where I am at currently. So I will leave it at that.
Is going to be his buddy's turn. Now, I don't have any models made up for this, so I'm using these. This mouse is all wonky. This is gonna be Vanel is coming in. He took the dash.
I don't see her.
He's outside of the area for right
okay.
now. All right. And then it resets to his other buddy. You see out of the shadow of the tree over in the corner. Another clockwork person comes out. He looks at each of you, and he's going to stop a little short. And he's going to end his turn. After that is going to be Cyrus. And you're going to do here. He's going to roll. He gets disadvantage because of an ability check. He's going to hear the whispering of his wife. He's going to look over behind him towards the graves. What did you say that the wife said?
Just saying, Cyrus, don't. Cyrus, stop.
He's going to look behind, yell back to the tombstone. I'm sorry, my love. I want to join you, but it's not my time yet. And he's going to swing on Oak Fog, but he gets disadvantage thanks to the frightened. And seeing Darren, I can't move closer to you. And how long does this frighten last?
Until the end of my next turn.
So he can't. Actually, you know what? With you saying he's going to actually turn around and walk over to the grave with you doing that distant, like the whisper thing. And he's going to move this way. That will give Oak Fog an attack of opportunity, but you will be making it with disadvantage.
I can deal with that. Well, the 11. I'm guessing that don't hit.
He gets away. He places his hand on the tombstone, and that's when he says, I wish I could join you, but it's not my time yet. They must suffer more. He's going to turn at you. He's going to pull off his bow, and he's going to make an attack towards you, Oakvok. But again, he gets disadvantage because he's frightened and you're in the direction. He can see Darren still. So the first roll is a 24. Second one is a 17. So he barely misses, I believe. All right. Oakvok, you are up.
That's within 30 feet of me, right?
I'm sorry, one more time.
He's within 30 feet of me, right?
You are exactly. You are. Why am I not mathing?
He's 35 feet away.
35, yeah. You're 5 feet away out of range. Math's hard, guys.
Well, good thing I can walk 35 feet. I was just thinking about teleporting to him, but that's only 30 feet. So I'm going to run up on him. And let's try this again, guys. I was about to say, don't you put that bad juju on me. I'm also going to use another Divine Smite for a total of 18 damage. No. That's
right.
all from me.
Darren, you're up. And now, because it's the beginning of your next turn, he's no longer frightened, correct?
It's the end of my turn.
Oh, end of it. Okay.
I'm going to shoot an Eldritch Blast at him. 24 to hit. 11 force damage. And then because I'm transformed, I'm going to do 2 extra necrotic damage. So 11 force damage and 2 necrotic damage.
Necrotic. All right, Kenneth, you are up. You're 50 feet
Okay.
away. And
45. Let's see here. I think I am going to. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt to the critter that's over here. His little fella that just came from behind the tree. And that will be 15 to hit.
15 hit, you hit.
And that would be 12 damage.
He takes 12 damage. And then the next attack on him, I believe, is with advantage.
And then I think.
Oh, hold on. I didn't see something. Saving throws against spells. So hold on. He gets... That hits. I lied. There was no saving throw. Continue your turn.
I think that will be my turn.
Next is his turn. He's going to look at you, since you're the one that fucking hit him with a guiding bolt. 35 feet away. He is going to move 15 feet towards you. Yeah, 15 feet towards you. And he is going to cast. You see his chest open up, is released. 15, which hits. You are now restrained. Your speed is 0. It cannot increase. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Good God.
And then with that, he is going to move back 15 feet. And he is going to reel you in. Which is going to pulls you in closer. Next is right here. And next is, he's going to turn back around. He's going to look at you all and again laugh a little bit. You see him, the wound that was placed on him from Oak Fog, and you're going to see his wound start to heal and close up. Healing for 20. He's going to look at you, Oak Fog, and tell you that you're making a grave mistake coming here. But if you guys are so keen on learning about Withermore, I'll just have to take you there myself. And he is going to make an attack on you. First one misses with the axe. Second one hits. It's going to be 10 slashing damage with an additional 4. So 14 slashing damage to you. And then that would be your turn.
Oh, it's my turn again? Ooh. So I was reading it. If I use sacred weapon, can I use sacred weapon at any point in the fight? Because that's just you expending one of my channel divinities to imbue my weapon with positive energy for 10 minutes, or until I use the feature again, and it adds a +4 to my attack rolls made with that weapon.
You can use it 2 times for long rests.
Yeah.
It's a bonus action.
Okay, it's a bonus action. See, that's where I was not seeing anything. I'm gonna do that. Use one of my channel divinity to do sacred weapon. And then I'm gonna swing. See if I hit.
Yes, it does.
13 plus the 4.
17.
Yep. I did have a question about the sap for longsword. Does that happen each time I hit them with
With
my
a
longsword?
long sword, yes.
Okay. So it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
All right. Next up is Darren again.
Would it be a bonus action to try? I'm not sure how to reach Three Fingers, but I assume she gave me a way to contact her. Would it be a bonus action to try that?
I believe she said she would reach out to you.
I'm going to settle on a side on both of you there, and I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at that person,
Go for it.
and I get advantage on it, right, because of Guiding Bolt.
No, it's not on him. It's on.
Yeah, that's why I thought I.
Oh, that's who you want to hit? Yes, then you have advantage on that.
23, 12 plus another 2 necrotic, so 12 force and 2 necrotic.
So force and necrotic, correct? Takes all 14.
Yep, so that's it.
All right, next up is Kenneth.
Well, damn, what can a little fella like me do? Not a whole lot, I don't think. I think, gee whiz. Can I just cast Thaumaturgy again and do the same thing? Have his wife like really try and convince him that he needs to stop?
You can definitely cast it again, but because this isn't normally how that spell would go, let's do a custom thing. Go ahead and do you want to make this as like a persuasion or more of an intimidation of it? Okay, so you could definitely do what you want, but depending on how high your persuasion is going to alter how it affects him mentally.
Okay. Let's see. Be an 18.
And what does it say again?
Just stop. Don't hurt them. I think. Or let me see. Actually, oh no, 'cause I don't have. If I used spiritual weapon as a bonus action, and like I used it to create like a dagger or something, could I roll to see if I could escape the net or whatever is like restricting me?
You want to use what? Spiritual weapon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can select a force that resembles a weapon of your choice. So you said a dagger. We can definitely do that.
Or is
It
that
makes a
only to-
melee spell attack, which you can do
Okay.
against one creature. In this case, you want to do the rope, which is fine. That does work.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do, it needs to make a melee spell attack.
Oh.
And here, let me give you your weapon. Boom, use that adapt. So we'll do this right here. There's a way. Oh, this is how there's a way to make it into an object that you can. The music.
I also have my sound completely muted.
That would be why then. Okay.
I can hear it.
You can definitely do it. I'm gonna put this down, and we're gonna retcon it that this is your
All right.
the little Fae, and then I'm gonna give you DM tool player permission, and only you can move it. So I need you to make an attack on the rope.
19 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
And then 8.
And then 1d8. Okay, it takes force damage. It max force damage. Okay. So it needs to take slashing damage. I'm gonna say because you made it a dagger, we're gonna retcon it from force to slashing, and you are cut free from it.
Do I have movement at all after all that?
You have movement, yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Then I'm going to jump over here, assuming that's about maybe 30 feet,
hmm
and then I'll have.
With that, let me remember that. You can only use it on as a bonus action to move your dagger.
I can't move it. So it's just there.
You can definitely move it, but you have to use a bonus action to move it on your later turns. Yeah, that's the downside of it. And you can move it 20 feet. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
Gonna go back to that guy. He is going to move here and take a shot at Oakvog with the same thing. You see his chest start to open up, and he shoots a net at you, and you're able to dodge the net as it goes over your shoulder. Pop, 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 pop.
Which shoulder?
His left shoulder.
Oh my god, potentially at Cyrus, capturing Cyrus? Oh my god.
But he misses.
Oh.
Next guy comes in, which is Vanel, and he is going to come in, action to dash. Actually, he can get a little farther. Boom. He's gonna look at you. I apologize in that musical tone because he talks in song. I apologize for this, sir. My master needs my help. And he's going to hit a cannon at you as well, and actually misses. After that is going to be Cyrus. Cyrus is going to turn back to and he's going to place a hand on the tombstone and say, I know that this voice is not really you. However, it does not sting any less hearing it. And he's going to look over at all three of you because he doesn't know who's casting it. To whoever is using this against me, you will feel insufferable amount of pain. And he is going to take an attack. Oakfog again. And one hits. Shit, I'm using the wrong fucking thing. One misses, one hits. For a total of 17 slashing damage.
Roll with disadvantage.
Okay, so that one misses. Hold on. Then, so the second attack Misses as well. Motherfucker.
Speaking of that, what are his weapons doing? Is that like a thing that's like specifically for like player characters, or like does every weapon have like the sap slice or whatever?
Oh, no, that's just for Oakfog with his, he has mastery of one specific weapon.
Oh.
That's how the new rules work, is if you have mastery of an item or a weapon, that weapon has a different property that can affect people.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure, how to make sure I was keeping it fair that you were also getting the benefits of that rule.
Yeah, I don't know. If he hits, you see he's going to be a little frustrated that you just dodged 2 of his attacks. He is going to bonus action, and you see around him shimmering shields start to float around him. Oakvog, you're up.
You know what? I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself, and since that is a bonus action, I'm gonna smack him or try to. Son of a bitch! I thought that was the 20, but 7 definitely doesn't hit. Okay, at least I have a 20 AC for now. I can't do nothing else at the moment.
All right, Darren, you're up.
15 feet here. Cast Eldritch Blast at Silas again. 20 to hit.
You just hit,
14 force damage plus another 2.
and he keeps his concentration.
Nope, that'll be it.
Let's see, where am I? Let's see, I think I am going to... Wish I had more bonus actions, dude. This sucks, I can't do nothing. I'm just gonna cast Guiding Bolt again on the little homie who's coming up behind Oakfog.
Are you using the ring for these? I forgot to
No.
ask. Real spells? Yeah, so you're gonna, on his little robot companion?
Mm-hmm.
Or the one, or Vanel, the one that
No.
talks in song?
No, the one that's coming up on Oakfog. Unnamed
Okay,
fella.
gotcha. You hit him.
And then that would be 11 damage.
Sick. Anything else?
So, alright, the dagger is still there.
Yes, you can bonus action to move it 20 feet, and if it's within 5 feet of somebody, it can attack.
Okay, then in that case, I'll move that right up on him, and then I'll
Okay.
use that to attack as well.
Attack with advantage.
Alright, so I got 19, but I'll roll again, why not? Yeah, 19.
Yeah, you hit.
Oh, 2 damage though.
Sick. Anything else?
No, I'm also gonna move back a ways as well. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. And then that's it. That'll be my turn.
Gotcha. So Vanel is going to move. He's going to move right here. And he's going to ready an action. Next is going to be Cyrus. He's going to look at each of you. He's going to look at Oakvog. And he seems as if you put up more fight than your old master did. But this is getting quite tiresome. And he's going to... you get an attack of opportunity with disadvantage against him.
23. That's an 8 of damage.
8 damage, okay. He is going to... He's going to pull off the bow off his back, and he's going to take some shots. Darren, you get hit.
Did you roll with disadvantage? I'm not trying to get hit. It'll hurt.
Okay, with disadvantage, you're still hit.
Damn it.
Damn.
It hurts.
So that's one attack. He's going to make one on Kenneth. That one hits.
What?
And he's going to make one on Oakfog. And that actually fucking hit. Of all things, an arrow hit. And yes, I'm including your +2 armor.
What a
So when I do all this damage, I'm going to need you to make a concentration saving throw for your Shield of Faith. He is going to roll damage. So that is... You're going to take 10 damage, Darren. 14 damage for...
Good God.
And 12 for Oakvog. Oakvog, I need you to roll a Constitution. It's Constitution, right? For concentration? Okay. A con save, please. And you're able to keep concentration. Your shield is still up.
Cool. And I took 12 damage. You said?
You take 12 damage, yes. He looks at each of you. He's going to hold his chest once more, and he's going to heal for another 20 damage, or 20 life. You should have left me alone. I didn't want to do this, but you leave me no choice. Oakvok, you're up.
I left you the choice to talk to us. You keep saying no choice. It seems like all you want to do is fight and you're looking for excuses.
Oakvok, you're up.
I'm gonna use. Wait, is that a bonus action? Yeah,
They're bonus action.
Lay on hands to heal me up a little bit. You know what? Might as well, right?
And then you have how many? What? 15 points? Yeah, you might as well use them all.
Okay, now I'm not hurting as much, and now he's closer. I'm a. Cyrus is pissing me off. Does a 16 hit this little robot?
It actually does.
7 damage to that little thing.
Sick. Anything else?
And that's my turn.
Darren, you're up.
I'm gonna send a Eldritch Blast at Silas.
Does not hit. You see him bat it away with his hand.
Oh, big strong man using magic to bat magic away with his hand. I've seen scarier things than you when I shit, and then I'm going to walk away.
Hold on, I'm not doing something properly. Before you move, hold on. Sorry,
His healing. I hope you fucked up his healing.
No. His healing's fine.
Fuck.
However, I'm trying to see what Mastery of Shortbow does.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I forgot about that. It gives a Vex property. Gets a +1 bonus to attack. Oh. And damage rolls, obviously. And if you hit and deal damage, you gain advantage on your next attack against that target before the end of your next turn. Interesting. Okay, yeah, you can move.
Did we just get more fucked?
Feels like this fight was fucked from the start after he got to heal himself 20 damage twice on top of his intestines falling out. But, you know, it is what it is.
Keep in mind, he is a paladin. Or once was a paladin.
Yeah. Well, this could hurt worse, guys.
Right there to try and line myself up behind.
You definitely have good coverage with that.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Um,
Wait, from that spot where Kenneth is, does he have line of sight through that tree?
No, but Kenneth ended up moving. Hold on.
I just turned around.
I thought he had okay, so I gave him like coverage, like cover bonus, and he still cleared the damage needed, yeah. But right now with him turning around is full coverage.
Bullshit.
You have half coverage from his angle right now. I will give you to retcon if you want to move your character right here.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Not you. I'm
Oh.
Darren. This would be full coverage if you moved right here. Okay, Kenneth.
I'm throwing another guiding bolt at the robot. Let's
What
see.
spell are these? Second level. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Oh, you're casting these at first level or second level?
The last two were first level.
Okay, just want to double check. Sorry.
I only got a 7 though. Only a 7.
Oh yeah, no, you miss.
Alright, then I will use my bonus action to try and hit him again. And that
With-
would also be a 7.
Oh yeah. I was like, with what? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Anything
I instead do nothing at all.
It is the Clockwork's turn. He's going to take a swing at Oakvok because he's right in front of him. Just misses. Jesus. No. You did. No, you did keep your concentration.
Yeah, I
right?
kept concentration.
Yeah. Okay. So and then that's his turn. Then it's gonna be Vanel's turn. He's going to look at Kenneth and say, "Again, Master, I am sorry for having to do this." And he's going to open his chest, shoots a net towards you, and
Who
I
said
didn't
that to
figure.
me?
Vanel, the guy with the gun.
Okay.
Yeah, he misses. I didn't figure he would be able to do that.
You bitch.
Right. It is nothing personal. And then
Still bitch.
next is Cyrus's turn. He's going to go up this way. He is going to pull out his bow once again. He's going to take aim at, and he gets advantage for a total of 12 damage.
Fuck, that kills me. I die.
You don't die, you go down. Status, knockdown. You're down. He's going to look at you, Oakvog, and is going to take a shot at you with advantage. And I shit you not, he hit a crit.
I fucking hate this bow.
The crit damage is going to be, again, maxed. It is 1d6 plus 2. But because of this ability he has, he's over half his life. Allows him to add more piercing damage, which is 12 on top of that. So that's 20. Then I roll for damage, which is 8. So 28 damage.
So since I only have 25 hit points left,
You're down.
dude, okay, so I'm down too.
Yes, you're down. You guys are not dead. You're down. Cyrus is going to look over at you and say, and then there was one, just like the army of Withermore. And he's going to attack as well. He hits with the 18, but he gets advantage. It hits. That one would have missed. Oh, no. You only have 10.
Yeah,
So-
I only had 10. I had
Yeah.
shit physical stats.
13 damage. Darren,
And I also go down.
you also go down. Now, normally, when everyone goes down, that would be at TPK. However, with all of you down, Cyrus looks at each of you and says, all of this could have been avoided if you would have just forgotten Witherfell. Withermore. I did not wish to do this upon you. And with that, I am going to show you remorse and forgiveness. You see him look over at Vanel. Go ahead. Bring them back. Wait once before you do that. He's going to touch each of you, and you're going to see a very groggy, like blurry vision as you guys are bleeding out. You see a ring on his finger start to glow, and out of nowhere, you notice that he has become quite large. The whole area around you has become enormous. You see a gigantic Vanel pick you up, hold you in his arm, like his hand, and brings you back with Revivify to each 3 of you, which brings you back up to 1 health each. You see Vanel look over at Cyrus and hands, like he's holding all 3 of you in one hand, and he hands you over to Cyrus. Cyrus looks at all 3 of you in his palm, looking like a god, like fucking Galactus looking down on Earth. That's what it pictures to you. You guys have shrunken massively. And he looks at the shrunken versions of each of you, and he says, you wished to see Withermore and find it. The least I can do is, he takes you inside his house, into, if you move over to his house, walks you into the living room, the table that you all sat at and ate. You look at all the paintings on the walls that he painted, and as he's holding you each, I put all this behind me. Not once, but twice I had to pick up my own weapons and do what I thought I would never have to do ever again. You wanted Withermore. You found it. And in the corner where I told you guys that he had a terrarium, he walks you over to the terrarium, pops open the top of it, and says, here you go, and drops you inside of the terrarium. Inside the terrarium, as you're falling down, it becomes a mat, like the space inside is kind of like a bag of holding. It enlarges and expands massively, and you guys are free falling as if you're jumping out of like a airplane, like you're going fucking parachuting. Only thing is, you guys do not have parachutes, and we're gonna end the session there.
That's mad fucked up.